Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us. If you are joining us live, thank you so much for watching. It's Graham Cofe with another Move TV, and today I'm going to be speaking to Nicola Mason. Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay. As I said to you beforehand, I'm just a shock of Monday coming around after going out on the Sunday night. Not that I drink, but it was just and everybody being asleep. It's a kind of funny time of year, isn't it? I think when it's the school holidays, you're not quite sure how to get into the week. But let's have a conversation about you and what it is that you do. So tell us a little bit about Nicola Mason and your business journey.
Okay, so I started doing accountancy when I was 27. Um, I'd always been a hairdresser before that, so it's a little bit of a change. So I've made my own business in 2015, and I still had a full-time job. I was a financial controller for a group of companies. So I'd always worked in big business, like 20 million plus. And then I made my own little business as like a hobby because my kids were growing up and, you get a little bit bored of a night. So I thought, oh, I'll start doing like small stuff. And then that just took off pretty quickly. And then one night, my boss had been a bit of a divvy in work. And over a glass of wine, I resigned. Resigned and applied for uni and decided to do a degree whilst running my business full time. So over the next few years, I got myself an undergrad, I got a first class degree, and then I got my master's as well.
Wow.
And I started contracting for another firm, which was bigger than mine. And then we decided to merge. So now I've got two firms. One's called Contract Unlimited. That's where most of my clients are. And then we've got Point Accountant, which is a business hub. We've just acquired a building in Widnes. It's got 10 rooms. We're renting out the rooms to smaller businesses. We're going to do different things like networking events, like giving free business clinics, basically, to small sole traders and businesses trying to start off. And we'll have hot desks and stuff, so they've got a place to come to, and we'll help them with their businesses while they get off the ground. So that's where we are at the minute. I've got a financial advisor who's my business partner. So I run two businesses, but there's two of us, and we've got a team of 7 that work on client information. And in my spare time, I've also got a family and a husband. I've got a little baby. He's 11 months old now. So that keeps me busy outside of work.
You are a busy lady, aren't you? I had going from hairdressing into the rest. I mean, that sounds like a massive change.
Yeah.
But have you noticed? Are there any things that you learnt from hairdressing or skills that were there in hairdressing that actually transferred over to the rest of the work you do now?
Well, yeah, because most accountants are very introverted and very within themselves, and they're not very good at the personable skills. And obviously, because I grew up in hairdressing, I've always been dead good with people. So when I decided to I'd moved to a different area, didn't really know anyone, and I never finished school. I actually thought it was quite thick because I was never any good at school. And then I went to a local night college trying to retrain because I'd never finished my level 2 hairdressing and struggled to get a job in a new city. So I went to night college and it was like, what shall I do? And they let me try a few different courses, and one of them was Sage online course. And the tutor actually pulled me to one side and said, look, you're really good at this. Why don't you go and do AAT? Which I'd never heard of. And then I did AAT, and like I'd never done an exam in my life. And suddenly I was level 4 AAT. And I was getting really good jobs, working in accountancy. And I went from Pages Ledger to management accountant within about 18 months because I was so good at the job, which I didn't realise I would be, but I was really good with people as well. So I was getting promoted because of how good I was at explaining to people that weren't financial backgrounds and bringing them along with the team when we were trying to make changes, that they seen something in me and train me up. And I think that's why I'm good at my own business as well, because I can take like a builder, for example, or an artist, or many different people, and I can help them understand their accounts. And a lot of people struggle with that if they're not from a financial background.
Yeah, no, it all makes sense. When I speak to quite a lot of accountants these days that are quite progressive, and I do a few accountancy podcasts, etc. as well. It seems to me that actually accountancy is changing quite a bit.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
actually those personable skills or those interpersonal skills are actually becoming more and more relevant and more important. Because once upon a time, the accountant kind of sat in their office and stayed a little bit aloof from everybody, but not anymore. Yeah.
I think that's the good thing about the way accountancy changing is we're more than likely going to go into your office now, become part of your team. And a lot of it's cloud, so we can be remote, we can be anywhere in the world, but we're part of your team rather than just someone you take a bin bag to at the end of the year, which, let's face it, who wants that? But I think a lot of them dinosaur accountants, as they say, that's gone now. And even the older ones are coming on board with cloud and being more integrated with apps to speed up and make things better, which means they've got to work together with you.
Well, and the other thing is that some people might think actually accountants and hairdressers are quite similar because they both want to make cuts. But actually, modern accountancy is actually about trying to get as much information about your business as soon as possible and actually be quite proactive as opposed to reactive. Yeah.
Well, that's the way accountancy normally is. It's looking at the past and, just going forward. Whereas with management accounting, which is where my background comes from, it's always looking at what's happening now so you can forecast forward. Modern accountancy is doing both. Being able to say, yeah, you have made this in the past, but if you want to go and buy that machine or you want to go and get into that area, this is what you need to do and put in forecasting. And that's brilliant if you do want to invest and you want to grow, because you'll always have stuff in place. And as long as you've got cloud software in place, it's so easy for us to do it without even sitting down with you.
So have things gone full circle at all? Have you since helped any hairdressing businesses?
We've actually got 2 clients that are hairdressers, and we've got a room in the business hub that's got a shower head in it. So marketing that one, 2 hairdressers. So we've got 2 aesthetic girls. I've got a business in here, and obviously, hopefully, we'll have a hairdresser, and then I won't have to go anywhere with my nails ever again. Which would be great. And my hair, get my hair done as well.
Oh, so you're trying to create a hub where not only can you help businesses, but potentially you can actually just sit there throughout or go through almost like a drive-through for your body.
Well, I actually use most of my clients. I actually use their services. So the clients that I work with, like I have one that does my makeup, one that does my hair. I work with my clients, so I don't just take people on because I think, oh, it's just another client. I always market them to each other. So if I have a client that says I really need, a new building, or I need a quantity surveyor because I need to do some work, I'll recommend them to each other. So that's the good thing about the hub. I'm trying to do like a community. So we can all help each other and we can recommend each other as well.
Are there any kinds of trades that you would like to reach out to that are missing from the hub at the moment?
Well, to be honest, the hub's any trade. My favourite clients, and I'm not saying I don't like any other clients, I don't get offended, but my favourite ones are online sellers like Amazon sellers, Etsy, that sort of thing, because they're really good at integrating and they're happy to integrate, so I don't have to force them into it or, pester them till they'll let me. They're actually happy to do it because they know how important it is and how much time it saves. My least favourite is CIS, the construction industry, but I wouldn't turn them away. It's just not my favourite work. But from the hub, any type of client really, I don't mind. I'd like more businesses, offices type, because that's what we were marketing as originally. But we seem to be attracting a lot of aesthetics and hair and stuff, nails, which is great for me.
Well, maybe it's just people that are saying to you that this is what you need. So I don't know. I mean, when you say office type businesses, what's the situation like where you are geographically at the moment in terms of businesses being in offices? Because are you finding that a lot of businesses have come back now to office spaces after?
I think so. So we're in Witness Town Centre. And obviously I've only advertised on Facebook because we've only had the building a couple of months. They've only put it on Facebook yet. I haven't really gone to Rightmove or anything like that yet. So the people that are contacting me are mainly aesthetics and hair and makeup stuff, because they're the ones that work from home and do a little bit of remote. So I think some of them want a place to go to. Whereas a lot of businesses, as you know, went to work from home during the pandemic and haven't really recovered yet. So maybe that's the issue. A lot of them don't want to come back. Whereas myself, during, like, I had a baby last year, and during that time I worked from home, and I found it the most isolating thing ever. I much prefer to come to work, have my team come in. We all work flexi, so they can work from home if they want to, or they can come in, but at least we've got a place to come to. And I find it so much more better for my mental health to be surrounded by people, even if everyone's being dead noisy and they're doing me head. I can put my earphones in, I know they're there. Whereas when I'm at home, I don't know what it is, I just feel like it's drowning. The silence is so drowning. And maybe that's a me thing, but I think
I
a
don't
lot
think
of
it
people
is.
are
I don't think
complaining.
it is. I mean, outside of this, I do a program every week called Wow Ergonomics, and we've talked for the last 2.5, 3 years to different people in different situations. But one of the things is that there is a correlation between, for a lot of people, between sort of a dip in mental health, etc., and potentially working remotely, but without any kind of support or without any kind of infrastructure there that allows them to be social. And actually, young people in particular are saying that they really want the option of going into an office to work, because they can learn from other people around them.
Well, that's where most of us started. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't have trained in accountancy in a busy office. I wouldn't have got, seen someone do something and said, "Oh, can I learn that? I haven't done that before. Can you show me how to do it?" And went from purchase ledger clerk, which is basically just putting invoices on, to management accountant within 18 months. It just wouldn't have happened. Working from home, no one would have seen how keen and eager I was. They would have just seen pen strokes on it, in the computer. So I think a lot of people that are working from home, especially the ones at the beginning of their career journey, they're missing a trick. I mean, we're doing hot desks here, and it's going to be a big reception with loads of desks in, with like sofas for like breakout areas that people can just rent for the day if they want to. And that'll give people a place to come if that's what they want. But I think people working from home and they think, I don't have to commute, and I can see the point. But I think they're missing a trick, especially at the beginning of the journey. They need to get in that office and learn from those above them. Make the tea, for example, brush the floors. You've got to get to roll your sleeves up and do the hard work at first before you can get to the sexy stuff, as we like to say in accountancy.
And also, and this brings us nicely into it as well, when you go and share in a space, whether you're, it's you with other people in that space that you're working with in that space, or you're meeting people from other businesses, you're networking at the same time, aren't you? Yeah. And how valuable is that to people?
I think networking's brilliant for anyone in business, or even if you're an employee. Networking's really good for the support, the finding people from other industries that can help you solve problems or work through issues that you might not have seen that perspective before. I mean, I started networking in 2017 when I gave up my job. I ended up being a group leader of a St. Helens networking group, and I was the shyest introverted person then, because I'd never done anything like that before. But it really helped me, and a lot of the people I met at the time are still clients to this day. But obviously at the time I had more time to go to groups. That's why when I see Move, it was completely online. I thought that'll be brilliant for me, because I'll get back to the confidence of networking again, get back to meeting more people, find my new people, find my support. But I don't have to actually leave the office and lose half a day, because that's the other thing, isn't it? You go to a networking event, you've got to go an hour before. You're not going to get back to work till 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You've lost half a day. Whereas Move, it's an hour and a half, isn't it?
So for me, it's important if I go to a network event that there's food there, because I just saying it saves me the time that I've got to make food. Now, Maria's watching, who you know, and she said, "How many can you accommodate in your offices?"
I'm not sure. I haven't got the numbers right in front of me, but I think the biggest office we've got would probably fit about 10 people. The smallest is a room for 2, and then we've got the hot desks, which we plan on having 6 desks in there, but there's loads of space upstairs for breakout areas and stuff, and then there's the big kitchen as well. So I couldn't tell you the numbers. There's probably about 50 or 60 in the whole building, if we worked it out. But it's a very good question, Maria. I'll have to find that answer.
There you go. She says, "Hi guys, I want to talk to you at some point about the ergonomics of your hot desk and see if I can help you even further with that. That would be fantastic." So, look, you just mentioned Move. In terms of networking opportunities, what was it specifically about Move that appealed to you?
The online. I mean, I've never been an online person. Hated studying online. It just wasn't for me. But during the pandemic, I think everything changed, and I was doing my masters, so I had to flip from being in uni person to suddenly being online, and you grow to like it. So now I actually like it, and Move is so good for me because I don't have to leave my office. I'm meeting people that I've only attended to at the minute because I am very new to Move, but it's nice to have support. I mean, anything I have said up to now, that's some really good advice and back. And I think I could see myself finding my people in Move. It's just going to take a while. I mean, I might do the networking one day, but I'd have to bring the baby with me because they don't really have childcare outside of work hours. But yeah, it's Move really attracted me for that reason. I put on LinkedIn any networking groups in the area, and loads of people tag Move, and I did ask a few of them, and they were saying it's been great for them, having that business support and even sometimes a little bit of personal support, which I think we all need.
Did you try other network groups? I mean, for me, it was the business support element of it that was really different compared with maybe some network meetings that I went to where it was just kind of pitch all the way through. Yeah, was it that actually appealed?
Yeah, it is, because it's not a big sell. I don't like that. They're constantly getting sold to. Doesn't anybody like that, do they? So at the minute, I don't feel like that in Move. But like I say, I'm very new, so I've got to learn the way.
I'm sure, taking the baby networking is probably a really good idea. Babies like the outside. Maria says, what extras will you have in the office spaces? Teas, coffees,
Oh yeah, so
Darjeeling.
we're gonna have. We haven't got a coffee machine yet, but we will have. Obviously, we'll have a fully stocked fridge and stuff for people to help themselves to snacks. But again, it's so early days. We haven't even done our launch date yet. So we'll have the desks, we'll have breakout areas, and we'll have lots of coffees, teas, snacks to help people throughout the day. And we'll be doing like monthly business skills clinics. Maybe anybody that rents a hot desk might have like 20 minutes with me or Tony if they're at the stage where they can't afford an accountant or a financial advisor, but they want to get some questions answered without Googling or asking the mate down the pub that's going to tell them all kinds of hocus pocus, which is great. They might be able to get away with a little bit for a while, but once HMRC gets the clause into it and then goes back 5 years, it's not nice. So at least if you've got someone that you can say, look, can I book in for a 20-minute free class with you? We can teach them, yeah, you can have that, but you've got to do this first and so on. It might just give them that support to get where they need to be so they can afford our services. Because at the end of the day, although we're doing a lot of free stuff, it is in our head. It's an advert for us as well, isn't it? So we can grow at the same time as we help them grow as well.
Now, listen, you're clearly ambitious. You've started these businesses. You've gone on from where you started. Is there more ambition still to come? Have you got other ideas for the future?
Before I had the baby, I've been on my own for 12 years. So I met my husband during lockdown. So before I met him and had the baby, I was just completely business. All I cared about was growing this business and doing big things. I mean, I've never been a business person. I'd like to work for someone. So it was a big shock that I did what I did, going by myself. I think it was the glass of wine that night that did it, to be honest. But I'm quite proud of myself that I've got to where I am. But since I've met my husband and got the baby, I'm happy. I'm happy where I am right now. I didn't realise this is what I was looking for, but I am really happy. So if the business grows, I've doubled in size over the last 18 months. If it grows any more, great. If it doesn't, I'm happy the way it is. The business hub is sort of like us trying to give something back, as well as getting a shop front for ourselves, because we were always in a little pokey office in Warrington. Now we've got a nice big clean glass shop front, which is great, and we can help other people as well. So my ambitions have changed a lot, and now it's about having a happy family life as well,
I
not
think
just business.
Yeah, I think that's incredibly important, and it's important to recognise. And personally, I always think that if you shine a light on other people, then actually your business grows anyway, just
Yeah.
by the fact that you are shining a light out there on other people, helping other people. That will naturally help your business grow. So, your last message to people today is, if people want to get in touch with you, they'd love to know a little bit more about the hub. They'd like to know a little bit more about point accounting. Best place to contact you?
Probably LinkedIn. I'm always on LinkedIn. Try not to be too much on social media in the evening, but obviously if I ever get a message outside of hours, I'll reply when I get a chance and set up a call. But yeah, LinkedIn's probably the best place, or any sort of social media really.
Or come along and see you at Move. That's
Yeah,
the other alternative.
Tuesday Move group I'm in. I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I might be wrong. Can't check my phone while I'm on here. But yeah, it's 10 o'clock Tuesday morning.
Cool. Nicola, it's been pleasure to meet you and talk to you this morning. Thank you so much. I told you 20 minutes will go very, very quickly, and there it has. Anybody, if you'd like to know more about what Nicola's doing, if you'd like to know more about the hub, etc., then please do connect with her on LinkedIn. Say hi. She will get back in touch with you. We'll be back soon with another Move TV. Until then, bye for now.